Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Bible Q&A. Today we're discussing, why was Belshazzar not given a chance to repent in spite of Daniel's revelation? In Daniel chapter 5, Belshazzar hosted a huge banquet for all the nobles of Babylon, and they all drank out of cups that the Israelites used for worship before Nebuchadnezzar stole them. While they were celebrating, a giant hand appeared out of nowhere and started to write on the wall. Eventually, they got Daniel to read what it said, and with God's help, Daniel told Belshazzar that his kingdom would be divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Naturally, you'd expect God to give Belshazzar time to repent, like he had given to Nebuchadnezzar. In Daniel chapter 3, Nebuchadnezzar wanted to kill Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego for not bowing down to the statue he set up, but when they survived the furnace, he blessed their God and banned people from denigrating him. However, that very night, Belshazzar was killed and the kingdom of Babylon disappeared. He barely had a few hours to reflect on what Daniel had told him. Why didn't God give him a chance to turn around like he had given to Nebuchadnezzar? Well, for one, God takes his artifacts very seriously. Many Philistines died when they captured the Ark of God in 1 Samuel chapter 5, and Uzzah was killed just for touching it in 2 Samuel chapter 6. However, the main reason was that the time of the Babylonians was up. Earlier, God told Jeremiah that he would punish the Israelites for their sin by exiling them to Babylon for 70 years. And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. Jeremiah chapter 25 verse 11. Babylon was only made powerful for this purpose, so after the 70 years were over, there was no need for it to exist anymore. God's done this kind of thing before. After the sin of the Amorites was complete, as prophesied in Genesis chapter 15 verse 16, there was no need for the Israelites to stay in Egypt, so he made Moses ask Pharaoh to let them go, and when he didn't, his kingdom was punished. We should also remember that even though God was angry at the Israelites, the Babylonians weren't all that righteous either. God called Nebuchadnezzar his servant in Jeremiah chapter 27 verse 6 and chapter 43 verse 10. So if he and his kingdom no longer served his purpose, and they didn't want to serve him, then they too would be conquered. God also said, "And all nations shall serve him, and his son, and his son's son, until the very time of his land come, and then many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of him." Jeremiah chapter 27 verse 7. Therefore, my advice is that we don't wait for the writing on the wall to fix the things that need to be fixed. God is still near, according to Isaiah chapter 55 verse 6, and if we take action, we can be saved before the door is shut, like the 5 wise virgins of Matthew chapter 25 and Noah's family in Genesis chapter 7 verse 16. After that, we'll have to face the judgment. And that is where I'm going to stop with this Bible Q&A. Why was Belshazzar not given a chance to repent in spite of Daniel's revelation? God didn't give him a chance to repent because he didn't need Babylon anymore, and he just happened to be the ruler when God was done with the kingdom. Thank you for listening! Don't forget to like and subscribe!